Hello. I realized I only film videos on milestones, but we're a day late. So the babies are 11 months old. Their month birthday was yesterday, and in true fashion, I didn't get their milestone picture done. Um, but man, things are crazy over here. Crazy good. A lot going on. I decided to sprain my ankle on Wednesday. Maybe was it Tuesday? I don't even know what day it is. Tuesday. I was running out to take my mom's car to go pick up dinner because my husband was working late. Grabbed her purse and was turning around to take it back inside to her. And our driveway has all these crumbly spots and like a big, huge hole in one part. So I stepped into it and went wobble, 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 and three pops and sprained my ankle pretty badly. Doing really well today though, so I'm guessing I'm 2 days in. I've been putting a brace on it when walking around and just trying to sit with it elevated um, in between. But if I were a stay-at-home mom, I would be screwed. I would not have been able to help with the babies yesterday at all. I thankfully Grant kind of got them ready in the morning. I was able to oversee and get breakfast done for him, and then our superstar nanny Manny Grayson comes by. He's here from 9 to 5, so it was awesome and was able to get them all cared for yesterday. And then today it's a lot better. I can actually put weight on it and walk a little bit. It's healing way faster than any other sprained ankle I've had before. And honestly, I think it's because I take collagen. I put a scoop of powdered collagen in my coffee every morning. I can't remember the brand name, but it's a black jar with a green top. I'll try to link it. Get it at Target. I put a scoop of that in my coffee every morning. I think that's helped in a lot of ways. Obviously, with the sprain healing faster. I think it's helped with my crazy hair growth. You can see the baby hairs that I have growing back in. It's insane. My nails, my skin, I feel like everything's a little bit better because of it. Um, so yeah, man, what's been going on? So Emmy is crawling like a maniac. She can pull herself up. She is just a spitfire. She's amazing. I love her for all of these qualities, but she's also a hot mess. She isn't scared of anything. She crawls around. I would be shocked if she's not walking by her first birthday. Keaton. Oh, but Emmy doesn't have any teeth, so that's her downfall is that she's doing all these things, but she's behind on getting teeth. But I guess that's okay because she probably would be biting us if she had teeth. So Keaton's doing really well. Keaton's crawling. He can sit up. I think he's pulled himself up to stand a little bit, but he's just a love bug, man. That kid knows how to give good hugs. He really, really loves being hugged on and getting attention. They all love attention, but he's just so smiley and sweet. He has 4 teeth. I think there's more coming in. And then Henry is the one that has decided crawling is not for him. He has done it. He's kind of gotten around a little bit, but he is not consistently crawling. He rolls. He does this thing where he's like doing the downward dog on his head. And gets kind of stuck there. And so he is not really into crawling, which totally fine. I would think, 3 out of 4 of my kids are crawling, but he decided not to. 3 out of 4 meaning Garrett crawled. He didn't go straight to walking, but I certainly know that there are kids that skip crawling and just get frustrated and start to walk. So that might be Henry. He may be that kid. I got little shoes for them at Target. I'll try and remember to put those in the description too, because baby shoes are the best. And I ended up getting a brand called Sea Kai Run, and they made a Target line, which is awesome. They're still ridiculously expensive for baby shoes. They're like $29.99. Made me want to throw up, but I got a pair of them from this random discount store that we have here called Foremost Sales. I got a pair for Garrett when Garrett was first walking, and I loved them. And we tried all kinds of shoes, but for some reason these just they fit well. The width is great for my kids. These are super lightweight and washable, the ones that I ended up getting. Um, so I was just really excited that Target carried a line like that. What else is going on? Whew, we got to get our driveway repaired after my fabulous little accident. I decided we needed to get that moving. So trying to figure out how to finance that because that's a $10,000 payment that I wasn't anticipating, and 4 little kids are expensive. So just trying to figure all that out. Um, School ends for Garrett very soon. His last day, I think, is June 2nd. So we're only a couple of weeks away. I think he's got the countdown going. I think it's like 20 days or something. So he is um, really excited to go to first grade. I think we are, excuse me, we are too. I think he has had a fun year in kindergarten, but I think he needs to be challenged just a little bit more. He's having a lot of self control issues. So we actually are meeting with a therapist for him in June, which was the first time we could get in anywhere, just to work on things, just to see how we can support him at home, to give him some space to talk, just figure out a few different things that can help him. I don't think anything's wrong. I just want to have a safe space for him, and then, you know, every week or two, we get to go and do this, and he can go talk to somebody, and it's time for he and I, to have some quality quiet time together. So that's going on with Garrett. He has calmed down a little bit. We were having some major issues in school, so bad that we had to go in. He is was watching, I guess, some things on YouTube Kids that included play guns, and there was a point in which he threatened to shoot people in his class, which just is shocking because it is not him. That's not how he behaves at home. I mean, certainly he's not the best kid ever, but like that's something that we know he wouldn't have done on his own. Um, they had just done a gun safety class, so kind of makes me wonder if it was related to that. And this was probably a month or two ago. This wasn't recent. And he's done a great job since then, but he has a hard time of listening, not shouting out. He talks back a lot, that whole like, you don't know, or I know more than you know kind of attitude. Don't know where he gets that. Um, but seriously, he's just, I think, frustrated and needs some outlets. So during the summer, he will go to an amazing neighbor's house Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll have him home Monday and Friday. And Grayson has graciously offered to help watch him as well as the babies. Come up with some activities. I mean, I'm still working full time, so it's not that I can do a whole lot, but at least I can, maybe take a half day here and there and do some fun things with him just to kind of keep him feeling special. And go to the pool, try to do some things. I might rework my lunch hours a little bit so that I can go to help take babies to the pool every now and then in our neighborhood. Let's see what else. Um, we got a little vacation day last week, or was it last week? I don't even know anymore. Where Grant and I got to go see a concert with a friend. Felt nice and normal being out and about. Made me also feel really old because these kids nowadays, they're wearing the clothes that I wore in high school. So it's like, these trends have come back, and I don't think they're the best trends. The crop tops and you know crazy mom jeans. I don't know. The whole thing is just funny. Um, but yeah, I mean things have been pretty calm otherwise. I travel again for work next week, but I'm combining it with a chance to see a couple friends, which will be really nice. Get to meet some Instagram mom friends that I haven't met in person yet, and that'll be kind of cool. And then it'll be nice to have kind of some quiet time, just a night to myself. But again, I miss everybody and I miss the chaos when I'm gone. So it's going to be equally hard as it will be nice. And traveling with all this breast milk is even harder. Having to pump and find a way to store it. What I have been doing is just pumping into a large jar like I normally do, pumping into my containers and then pouring those into a jar. and then just bagging it and putting it in the fridge because I'm not gone longer than 2 days, so it can stay in the fridge, and then just bringing it back and then freezing it at home. So far has been the easiest way to get milk back and forth. But I go for work to Minnesota in July, and that is going to be hard because I'm going to be flying, which will be my first time flying in 2.5 years, and I'll have to fly with the milk. So trying to figure that whole thing out. I may also look and see if there's any way I could donate the milk in Minnesota instead of flying it back. Um, I've heard of other people doing that, so that could be kind of cool, but I would think I'd have to get set up in some kind of a system. So I might just ask some people I work with if they know anybody that needs it. And that could be a handy way to get rid of some milk. Um, those are the big things. We celebrated Mother's Day. It was very nice and relaxed. We had my mother-in-law and father-in-law come over. My mom came over. We did a nice little brunch. The babies are taking really good naps. They take a nap from about 10 to 11:30, and from like 2:30 to 4, depending on the day. So we were able to eat while they slept, and then they woke up and got to play with Mimi and Papa and Nana and have a nice little Mother's Day. The day before, I got to go get a massage and have a little mommy meetup. There are a couple moms in our neighborhood with little kids that started kind of getting together once a month, both just moms and then a once a month play date with families. So it's been really nice to kind of feel like a little community of moms. And as soon as my ankle sprain happened, they all sent messages and they were like, "What can we do? What can we do?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I've got a little village of support here too." So thankfully, I was able to, you know, handle everything with between my mom and Grant, and even my mother-in-law offered to help. But we're really set up for success already. I think those are the big things. I know I posted like a Q&A over on my Instagram page. The questions were mostly around breast pumping, breast milk and pumping and storage and how I do all of that. So I am down to 4 pumps per day. I pump at 7:30. Everybody wakes up at 7, gets a bottle. I usually pump at 7:30, and then again around 11:30 or 12, and again around 4, and then again at like 9. So 4 pumps a day, about 30 minutes each pump. My first one is ridiculous. I get probably 35 ounces, excuse me, and then the other subsequent pumps are probably between 16 and 20, which is just nuts. So I'm freezing a whole lot of milk at the end of the day and giving that to mostly two babies, well, three, a set of twins. I help out the twins to have milk. Their mom makes plenty of milk for one, so really I'm feeding the other one, which is awesome. So we have milk brothers. And then another neighborhood mom, I give her milk every now and then for her baby. So it's just so cool to be able to help. And it's almost kind of part of why I want to keep going. Obviously, these babies are going to be a year old, and by the book, they're able to stop breast milk. But if I am pumping this much now, it's going to be really hard to wean. I had a horrible time going from 5 pumps to 4. I got really bad clogs, really sore, really engorged, and it was not pleasant. So thinking that going down another pump is going to be even more challenging. So I'm hoping my body kind of slows up on its own. I don't have plans to stop, but I would like to. Honestly, I'd like to stop by my 40th birthday, which is in September, so that I can kind of celebrate ending this whole giving up of my body for tiny little creatures for a really long time, and just kind of move on and say, yay, I did it. This is great. I'm really proud of myself for getting here. So if I can continue, help other little babies for a little bit longer, and then wrap things up by September, that would be awesome. I think my goal will be to drop a pump session every month until then. So we can hopefully reach that goal. So for May, I dropped down to 4. June, I would jump down to 3. July to August, 1 pump, and then hopefully be done by September. So we'll see. I don't know if it's possible. I'm in a Facebook group that helps support oversupply moms. And so I would say I have an oversupply, although I'm making milk for three, so I don't really know the definition there. Um, but yeah, and we're just trugging along, trying to plan for their first birthday. I think we're going to do it that Saturday, working out all the details, exactly where to host it, what our theme will be, what time to do, all those kinds of things. So just kind of living life. It's a little stressful. Thankfully, knock on wood, everybody's healthy right now. We have avoided COVID. Garrett had it one time back in March a year ago, 2 years ago. I can't even remember. I was pregnant, so it probably was a year ago. But none of us have gotten it. So big knock on wood. I'm thankful that we've stayed safe. I think the babies are now at a spot where they'd be okay if they got sick, but obviously we want to avoid it at all possible, if possible. So yeah, I'm still working from home. Grant's in the office. I'm back to traveling a little bit more. Um, but yeah, we're in a pretty good rhythm. Doing well, having, the normal hiccups and things like that. But I think summer coming and having some time and some downtime with family and starting to go to the pool and doing fun stuff like that's going to be good for everybody. Um, so yeah, I did stop taking my Zoloft. So I was on Lexapro for a little bit. Didn't really feel like it was helping as much. Switched to Zoloft. I was doing great, but I didn't like not feeling anything. I appreciated the lack of crazy, ragey feelings, but I wasn't feeling happy. I wasn't feeling sad. I was just here. And so I decided to give it a break for a little bit and see how I was doing. So I've been completely off for about 2 weeks. I had some weird, lightheaded, odd, like, kind of medicine head feeling, almost withdrawal for a little bit. But have completely been off of it for a little while now and feel a whole lot better. Definitely still get ragey. And so I've talked with my nurse practitioner about trying something else once I am done nursing. So I'm also I have ADHD, so the thought of maybe getting put back on Ritalin when I'm done nursing may help even things out too. So we're just talking about all the different things, but I would say my mental health is a whole lot better. I think at first the medication was great, and I would recommend anybody that's struggling to take it. But it wasn't for me long term. I just didn't want kind of that feeling, and it affects people differently. So it could be a walk in the park and make you feel great for some people, but for me, it just muted me way too much. And when I hadn't cried in 6 months, I was like, this is a little weird. Not that I want to cry, but it certainly was good to have some feelings back. It also, I found I was eating more often and I had gained some weight back and wasn't the most excited about that. Obviously, this body made all these babies. I am all about it. But the extra couple pounds that I randomly just gained when eating the same volume wasn't my favorite. So I've lost those 5 pounds again. I'm still right around pre-baby weight, but I think a lot of it is probably due to the large volume of milk that I make. I would say I'm, in all my clothes, my pre-baby clothes, but I could always lose a little bit more. So again, once I'm finished with breastfeeding, my plan is to kind of start to work out a little bit, work on me, get a little bit of me back, since it's been a long time since I have had nothing baby related going on. So we got pregnant with Garrett in 2015. So May of 2015 till now, there's been something going on. So I nursed him for a year. We waited a year. So I would say that there was 1 year there where I had no worries, nothing going on. And then right away we started talking to doctors about what we needed to do. So then I released my body back to science and figuring out what we needed to do. So it's been a long time. It's been a long time focused on babies. It's been a long time focused on my uterus. It's been a long time where I have been tied down to just being mom. So obviously, I'm going to continue to be mom, but becoming mom, getting more babies and all those kinds of things. I'm just looking forward to having that break. I've also been taking prenatals for all that time, so it's going to be nice to not have to take a pill every day. Um, so, yeah, this is a long update. Just wanted to get on and share because I know people have been really great supporters, and I go dark because there are a lot of babies in our house. So, I will be sure to share more updates as I can, but wanted to say hello. Thank everybody for rooting us on. Get so many great comments and messages over on Instagram, and really appreciate everybody that's invested in our family and just so excited. Um, so I will finish up for now, and hopefully I'll pop on before they turn one, but I'll share some more updates as we can.